The gentleman from California is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 45 years ago, Congress enacted laws such as the National Environmental Policy Act that promised to improve the health of our forests. They imposed what have become endlessly time-consuming and ultimately cost-prohibitive restrictions on our ability to properly manage our national forests so that we can match the tree density with the ability of the land to support it. I think after 45 years of experience with these laws, we're entitled to ask, how are our forests doing? The answer is damning. Our forests are now catastrophically overgrown, often carrying 4 times the number of trees that the land can support. In this stressed and weakened condition, our forests are easy prey for drought, disease, pestilence, and fire. You know, there's an old adage that excess timber comes out of the forest one way or the other. It's either carried out or it burns out. When we carried it out, we had resilient, healthy forests and a thriving economy as excess timber was sold and harvested before it could choke our forests to death. In the years since then, we've seen an 80% decline in timber sales from our federal lands and a concomitant increase in acreage destroyed by forest fire. I would remind my friend from Oregon that timber sales used to generate us money, not cost us money. The direct revenues and spin-off commerce generated by these sales provided a stream of revenues that we could then use to improve our national forests and share with the local communities affected. The Resilient Federal Forest Act begins to move us back towards sound and scientific forest management practices. It requires forest managers to consider the cost of no-action alternatives. It streamlines fire and disease prevention programs and assures that fire-killed timber can be quickly removed to create both revenues and room to restore fire-damaged lands. It ends the practice of raiding prevention funds to fight fires. It streamlines onerous environmental review processes without sacrificing environmental protection, and it provides our forest managers with alternatives to resolve frivolous lawsuits. Provisions that streamline the environmental reviews were already signed into law last year for the Tahoe Basin, and the Forest Service regional manager told me that's going to take their review process from 800 pages down to 40 pages and allow them to begin to get the forest there back to a sustainable level. You know, we made some very big mistakes 45 years ago. Our forests have paid the price. This bill starts the long process of correcting those mistakes and recovering our national forests, and I urge its adoption. And under general leave, I'd like to include in the record 2 letters, one from the South Tahoe Public Utility District and the second from the Public Lands Council and the National Cattlemen's Beef Association in support of H.R. 2936.
So ordered. Okay, the gentleman from Utah.